So Rolly Romero was a plus 650 underdog at the start of the fight against Ryan Garcia, and he pulled off what the betting odds had as a massive upset. Congrats to anyone who bet on him tonight. So anyway, I'm going to make this short and sweet. Ryan Garcia came out fighting very cautious of Rolly, only throwing max range jabs, a lot of them landing, but not having the same effect on Rolly as they had on his opponents at the lighter weights. Rolly, on the other hand, appeared to be very prepared for Ryan Garcia. These guys do have history together after all. Ryan is famous for his vicious left hook, and the very first one he throws in the fight, Rolly immediately gets a read on. Look at how he defends it. Notice he extends his right arm slightly away from his body. This is unconventional since you usually see most fighters defend the hook by bringing their glove to the side of their head, holding the phone and attempting to block the hook with their glove. By instead extending his guard away from himself, he catches the impact of the punch away from his body. You see, even if he were to successfully block the punch holding the phone, he would still feel the impact of the punch and take damage. So with this extended guard, Rolly is actually going to use his forearm to block Ryan's forearm during the punch. You see, instead of blocking the punch itself, he instead uses his forearm to cause traffic in the lane Ryan's arm must travel through to follow through with the hook. The forearm is also a much bigger bone to use as a shield than the hands. As we see, Ryan's hook gets stopped in its tracks, and Ryan bounces off like he hit a brick wall. As he's stumbling around, Rolly is ready to counter, and now Ryan has to guess jab or hook. He guesses wrong, reaching out to parry a jab that doesn't come, and ends up eating the counter hook that sends him to the canvas. Ryan's best bet to avoid the 50-50 guess in this position is to duck down to avoid the punch and either smother or step away. Now I have to say, this extended guard defense is not a foolproof defense. It is very risky since extending your guard leaves you open everywhere else your guard is not at. It is best used when you know exactly what punch is coming, just like in this scenario. Unfortunately, this also leaves it susceptible to feints. A couple of weeks ago I made a film study on David Benavidez versus David Morrell, where I break down Benavidez using this extended forearm guard defense and many more examples. Be sure to check out that video as well if you want to learn more about this defense. Anyways, after the knockdown, Ryan just seemed like he was at a loss for what to do for the rest of the fight. He was completely gun shy, his hook was taken away, and he seemed scared to open himself up and risk feeling Rolly's power again. He only threw jabs from max distance and couldn't move Rolly with them. He was so wary of Rolly's power, he kept waiting on him, and this allowed Rolly to get his shots off and steal the rounds, cruising to a decision.
You got to let the jab, work off the jab, work off the stick, set up the shots. You waiting for nothing, you walking right into a shot. You got to pick that pace up. You waiting for nothing, you walking right into a shot. You waiting for nothing, you walking right into a shot.
And that's going to be it for this one. As always, thank you all for watching, and special thanks to my GOAT tier patrons, Jason Mahina, Grant Gabriel, Albert Chen, Gustavo Geza, Marshall Bott, Jesus Galindo, Nayan Valdez, MSM Neal, RC, Daniel Contreras, Lionel Johnson, Val Ravenheim, Jacob McMillan, JJJR, Suwa, Maxwell Hodge, Josiah Rozier, Braden Sosa, Defensive Genius, and Max. You all keep the channel going, as well as my channel member, Lucas Miller. I'll see you guys all in the next one, and once again, thank you all for watching.